right, like my artistic endeavors here. I think this, for me, kind of, I forget where I read it, but it was basically saying, hey, write down everything that you can think of that fills you, like that you identify with. Because I didn't know what people were talking about by ego death. So I was like, all right, fine. And what do we got here? Black, white, fat, slim, cancer victim, cancer survivor, hero, zero. Hey, I'm a director of the History Museum. I'm a teacher, but at the same time, I'm a student, I'm a friend, I'm a businessman. Well, James, you're a philosopher, man. You went to school, you got a master's degree, you got a, yeah, you're educated, man. And I love when people searcher, when people always, especially in America, when they come up, nut job, it's funny. Liar, it's true too. We got here apologist, oh yeah, gardener, oh yeah, all this stuff. Now, and again, none of this stuff, YouTuber, farmer, husband, son, student. See, none of this stuff, old, young, that's funny, depends on who you ask. But none of this stuff is really bad at all. But it's kind of like, I don't know, the description that I got is like, okay, here's the person. I don't think I smile quite that much. But all of a sudden, everything we start associating with, it like fills a little bit of us up, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with all this stuff. You know, student, son, Templar, there's a YouTuber, stick on there. We got here farmer, you know, well, let's not get carried away. Husband, Gina's like, yeah, right. Not much of one. But let me go ahead and fast forward here. My point being is I'm putting all this stuff up. It's like, it drives me nuts in the West, especially when I get that all the time. I won't even know the person, and the first thing they say, what do you do? And I always think of, for example, I'm Mr. Corporate. Geez, actually, I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough stuff because I only wrote down a handful. And then I was like, oh, what if I don't have enough to fill this guy up? Actually, it looks like, I guess, test passed. It pretty much more than filled it up. But they always ask, what do you do? Okay. Well, first of all, I mean, is that not like a little bit personal? But I'm like, okay, yeah, I work at Walmart. And you can tell they immediately step back and they're like, wait a minute, like in the stores? And then I say, oh, no. I'm with the corporate office, and I'm with the corporate office. I am a financial planner. I run over $1 billion business. I get paid six figures, whatever you want to say. Oh, well, you know what? We are going to deem you successful. And I say, well, thank you, sir. My point being is, if I sometimes like just for fun, and just for fun before, I have what's that space? That's the point. But just for fun before, I have said no. Actually, I stock shelves at a local store, and I help push in the carts. Oh, ouch! And immediately you're deemed unsuccessful. They don't know anything else about me. What if, like, I got my life together and I'm pushing in carts, but the other one, I'm making a lot of money and I'm working at the corporate, but I don't have my life together and I'm miserable? Doesn't matter. They've already passed judgment, good or bad. And unfortunately, a lot of us today would probably say, well, I'd rather be rich and on the verge of a mental breakdown
than poor and successful. That's the point. That's the problem. So this is no new age mumbo jumbo. This is what, even throughout Scripture, the whole time when it keeps saying, pick up your cross and follow me. And Dietrich Bonhoeffer, he says when Christ calls a man, he calls him to come and die. And again, that's the ego death. Because now basically, and I didn't even put all the stuff down, but all of those little things that I've identified with, guess what? I'm full. I didn't put any tape on my hands. Maybe God can get in there. Just kidding. But no, I think that's a good analogy for, some of this stuff. Franciscan, Templar, brother, historian, Christian, sinner, saint, educated, farmer, peacemaker, financial planner, museum director. These things aren't bad. They're good things. But if that's all you identify as, same thing with the Walmart corporate, or I got a Mercedes, I got a big house. There's really nowhere for God to even get in, because, like you hear people talk about, you've got the false self here, the matrix, whatever you want to call it. And you got to start tearing some of that shit off. And that's what's meant in a nutshell by ego death. No, I'm not a financial planner. A financial planner is just something I do, and I haven't done it my whole life, and I won't do it my whole life. Well, you're successful. I might have been successful at one certain point, but that might be yesterday. It doesn't necessarily mean today or tomorrow. So again, I think this, for those people that ask on the whole ego death, is a very elementary, simple term. So again, hope that helps. But again, and I hope you can see that what's meant by the false self.